Hello, good afternoon, one and all students. So, welcome to another biology class of 9th standard. So, before we move on towards the formal discussion of the topics which I have planned for you today, I would like to discuss some instructions with you, and that are especially related to the Google Classroom submission of your worksheets. So first thing is that in case of 9th biology, one assignment from your chapter 15, that is two worksheets, improvement in food resources. Assignment was already created, but because of some technical problems, it got deleted. So it was again reposted, and I must appreciate that some of the children, they have already submitted the PDF solutions, but those who are still left, please submit your PDF solutions in Google Classroom as soon as possible so that I can evaluate and can move forward with your assessment procedure. Right? तो जिन बच्चों ने इम्प्रूवमेंटेड फूड रिसोर्सेज की वर्कशीट का पीडीएफ सॉल्यूशन सबमिट नहीं किया है वो जल्दी से जल्दी करेंगे because next in the queue many more assignments are waiting, so we have to post that one also. So please do submit your PDF solutions of chapter 15 worksheets in Google Classroom, right? Second thing, when you are taking snaps for uploading in Google Classroom, just before converting those snaps into a PDF file, please ensure that the snaps are having good clarity. Because in certain files I have found that the snap is not very clear and it becomes quite difficult for the teachers to read those answers which are present in the snap, right? तो जब तक आपकी स्नैप क्लियर नहीं होगी हमें पता ही नहीं चलेगा कि आपने क्या आंसर लिखा है, right? And for each worksheet you have to make a separate PDF file, because if you're incorporating too many worksheets in one PDF file, then the file is becoming quite long, and that cause technical problems for us in its opening and saving procedure while doing the correction part. तो एक वर्कशीट की एक पीडीएफ फाइल आप बनाएंगे, लेकिन सेपरेट पेजेस की फाइल नहीं बनाएंगे. Some of you are uploading the JPG files of individual pages that are not required. तो ऐसे तो बेटा आपकी दोनों वर्कशीट्स में 30-20 पेजेस हो जाएंगे. तो आपको एक वर्कशीट में जितने पेजेस हैं उसका पूरा एक पीडीएफ बनाना है, फिर दूसरी वर्कशीट में जितने पेजेस हैं उसका पीडीएफ बना के आपको फाइनली दो पीडीएफ फाइल अपलोड करनी है, लाइक दैट. I hope I'm making my point clear in front of you, right? Okay, so just check out and submit your PDF solutions. Okay, so students, in last class we already started the discussion about that is plant tissues, and we are discussing about the simple permanent tissues, simple permanent plant tissues. So those tissues which are made up of only one kind of cells. So I discussed with you in last class about parenchyma and collenchyma, right? And in the last of the lecture, I also discussed with you the differences which are present in between the two. These parenchyma and collenchyma, what are the differences between the two? Just let me see. Okay. So, just let me ask you a question that in last class I discussed with you parenchyma and collenchyma. So, out of these particular tissue, which tissue has got a secondary thickening of another material on the walls, on the corner walls of the cell? Yes, you have to name the tissue out of parenchyma or collenchyma which has got secondary thickening at the corners of the cell wall. Yes, okay. So first answer came from Hardik Jain, that is collenchyma. He is also letting me know the name of the material that is pectin. Very good. Okay, then Gaurangli, Ritik Saini, Akash Vijay, Sandhya Nasreen, Parth. Okay, very good. So your all answers are correct. That is collenchyma. Still answers are coming. Shrestha, Swati, Rudransh, Prableen, Neelam, very good. So almost your answers are correct. Now stop writing answers in comment box. Okay. So now in the same sequence, today we will discuss the another kind of simple plant tissue, that is sclerenchyma. लास्ट क्लास में पैरेंकाइमा कॉलिंकाइमा का डिस्कशन किया था. आज हम डिस्कस करेंगे स्क्लेरेंकाइमा, राइट? Now sclerenchyma, like parenchyma and collenchyma, it is also a kind of simple permanent tissue. Means it is also made up of one type of cells, right? But the difference is that in case of sclerenchyma, the cells are dead. Yes, the cells of this tissue are dead. Okay, and they are thick walled. They are thick walled. उनकी जो walls होती है बहुत ही ज़्यादा मोटी होती है. Reason is that if you see the diagram here, that I have shown the thickening appearance over the walls of the cells here. When you look to the cells of sclerenchyma under a microscope, then you see that the cells are approximately hexagonal in shape. And when you take a transverse section, the section just appears as you have taken a section from a honeycomb, right? So the cells, they have got a heavy deposition of a material called lignin. You see here also the material, the substance name is lignin, and that is heavily deposited on the walls of the cells of sclerenchyma, right? Actually, in beginning, the cells, this sclerenchyma tissue are also living, but gradually as the cells start proceeding towards the maturity, the deposition of lignin takes place. तो जैसे जैसे सेल मैच्योरिटी की तरफ मूव करती है, उनकी जो ग्रोथ होती है, तो आपका सेल वॉल है स्क्लेरेंकाइमा के टिश्यूज के सेल के ऊपर लिग्निन का डिपोजिशन हैवी हो जाता है, and this deposition becomes sometimes so heavy that the space inside the cell, it is totally absent. We call it as the lumen of the cell. So sometimes this deposition becomes so heavy that the cell lumen remains totally absent, or it is just equivalent to negligible, मतलब ना के बराबर नहीं जाता है, right? So that is because of the heavy deposition of the material called lignin. And that heavy deposition only gradually removes all the protoplasm of the cell. And we know that protoplasm is the life-giving substance of the cell. That's why we say that the cells of sclerenchyma are dead, thick-walled, with no protoplasm or very, very little amount of protoplasm. That's why the gradually cells become dead. Okay, and the depositions of the material called lignin, right? Now, sclerenchyma in plant body, it can occur in two forms. The first form are known as, that is, fibers, and another form is known as sclerosis, right? As in 6th standard, you learned that carbohydrates in our food are found in two forms, that is starch and sugars. In the similar manner, sclerenchyma in plant body is found in two forms, fibers and sclerosis, right? The fibers, we just have a look at the appearance or shape. These are elongated, or some authors also describe them as, some writers, biologists, as spindle shape, because the cells are tapering, their ends are tapering, and the middle portion is a bit broader. So the cells are elongated, fibers are elongated, they have got tapering end, right? But they do have deposition of the material called lignin. And do remember, in case of sclerenchyma, in most of the figures, you find a lignin called pit. Pits. Now, pits are those regions where the heavy deposition of lignin is absent. It is not there, and that is just meant just like a channels for the exchange of materials, right? So those places are called pits. So that is fibers, a form of sclerenchyma, which are made up of elongated cells having tapering ends, right? Other form is called sclerosis. Now sclerosis, they are not that is spindle shaped or elongated cells, they are broad. ये elongated होती है, लंबी होती है, ये broad होती है, right? So sclerosis are broader in nature, okay? And here you can see some small range of branching also, but sometimes they remain unbranched also. but fibers, they are always found unbranched, right? So these just I'm telling because they are sometimes asked in a competitive examination. In some books it is written that the sclerenchyma is of two types, fibers and sclerates. In some books it is written as that they occur in two forms, that is fiber and sclerates. And sclerates are commonly known as stored cells. They have got a common name, that is stored cells, right? Now, these sclerates and fibers that together are forms of a sclerenchyma. Now, this is sclerenchyma, where it is found to be distributed in plant body. Almost you find in most of the plant part. Okay, say for example, it is found in the seed coats. जो सीड्स होगी वो जो आउटर कवर है जिसको सीड कोट कहते हैं उसमें स्क्लेरेंकाइमा प्रेजेंट होता है. For example, हाँ अभी आप इसको कैसे समझेंगे? Now summer season going on, right? And in summer season we all are very fond of consuming mangoes, right? Now when you eat a mango, after consuming mango, what is left behind is a seed. बड़ा सा सीड बच जाता है, उसको वॉश करेंगे और जब आप उसको नाइफ से कट करेंगे तो अंदर एक व्हाइट कलर का फ्लैशी स्ट्रक्चर है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एम्ब्रियो. लेकिन जिस स्ट्रक्चर को आपने कट करके सेपरेट किया जिसके अंदर से एम्ब्रियो निकला, दैट व्हाइट हार्ड स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड सीड कोट, राइट? एंड इन मोस्ट ऑफ द सीड्स the seed coat is made up of the sclerenchymatous tissue. Similarly, that is coconut, the husk of coconut, जो कोकोनट का आउटर मोस्ट पार्ट है जिसको हम पील करके बाहर निकालते हैं, that is very hard and rigid and we have to exert more force to remove it out of the coconut. That husk of coconut also contain sclerenchyma, right? The outer cover of that is a dry fruits. For example, we have got walnuts, then almonds. तो इनकी जो outer covers होती है जिसको हम break कर अंदर से dry fruits की seeds को निकालते हैं, वो outer covers में कौन सा tissue present है? That is sclerenchyma tissue is present, right? It is also found in good amount in the midrib of the leaves. Yes, it is also present there. So it is quite well distributed in inner parts also. In atlas we learn about some parts which are very internal to the stem of the plant. For example, cortex is there, pith is there, pericycle is there, right? So in some parts में भी जगह-जगह पर patches के form में sclerenchyma distributed होता है, right? So like any other plant tissue, it is also distributed in the various body parts of a plant. Now with reference to your NCERT, in exam the places which they ask for, that is seed coat, husk of coconut, right? Then the seed covers of the dry fruits like almonds and walnut, right? And generally the question is asked plenty of times with reference to the husk of coconut. कई बार question repeat हुआ exam में, name the plant tissue which is found in husk of coconut. So answer goes that is sclerenchyma, right? So that is the distribution. Now that is its function, means what sclerenchyma is doing for the plant, right? So first thing is that sclerenchyma, it provides mechanical support. Yes, the main important function of sclerenchyma, that is it provides mechanical support. Okay, then it also provides rigidity to plants. The chief function of a sclerenchyma is to provide the mechanical support and rigidity. As you know that most of the plants, they are stationary, they remain fixed in the soil, they cannot move from one place to another. So to remain standing at a particular place, a plant requires a lot of mechanical strength and rigidity, and for that part, the sclerenchyma comes into the action, right? So that is the first chief function. Another is that the sclerenchyma, which is present in certain parts of the leaf, that prevent leaves from collapsing, because of the air pressure. Okay, changes in air pressure. So leaves does not get collapsed just because of the presence of the sclerenchyma. Okay, right? It also protects plant. It gives protection against environment. Environment with high speed winds are blowing, right? So because of that the wind pressure, different parts they should not get damaged or torn off. So along with parenchyma, sclerenchyma also play a vital role in that particular part, right? But the main function which you have to remember is that the plant tissue which provide mechanical support and rigidity, means which makes the various plant parts hard, rigid and mechanically strong, is sclerenchyma. क्योंकि क्वेश्चन आपका कई बार एक मार्क का आएगा, आपको सिर्फ एक ही कॉमन फंक्शन लिखना है, that is providing mechanical support and rigidity to the plant part, right? So that are some important functions of sclerenchyma. And yes, one more interesting thing, in certain fruits, it provides the grittiness effect in certain fruits. In certain fruits. Now grittiness, the word grittiness, what you say in Hindi, the in English is more simple crunchiness, और हिंदी में अगर बोलेंगे तो कुरकुरापन. तो कुछ फ्रूट्स को जब हम खाते हैं हमें कुरकुरापन फील होता है, मींस वी गेट अ क्रंचीनेस फीलिंग. So that grittiness in certain fruits, say for example like in pear, नाशपाती. If you eat pear, you can feel that crunchiness while eating or chewing the bites of that fruit. Similarly, that is sapota. You know what is sapota? Anybody? What is fruit called sapota? Anybody? Yes. What is this sapota? I'm asking. Anybody knows? It's a fruit. Anyone? Okay, Hardik Jain, you are right that grittiness is basically by squares. Okay. So from Lakshita Thakar claims the answer chiku, right. Another name was mud apples, correct only. And sapota in Hindi we call it as a chiku. Yes. तो जब चीकू को हम खाते हैं इसमें भी ग्रिटीनेस की फीलिंग होती है, तो कौन देता है? स्क्लेरेंकाइमा के स्क्लेरस देते हैं, राइट? ओके, सो sometimes in case of peers I told you, okay, you all are correct. Ayush, Geno, Akash, Vijay, Par, Shirali, Sanya, Swati. Okay, now stop commenting. I know that you all know sapota means chiku. Very good. Okay. So I hope so sometime in your competitive examination this word can be placed, that which plant tissue is responsible for imparting grittiness in certain fruits. So answer is sclerenchyma and the form is that is sclerus, right? So that is about the plant tissue sclerenchyma. Okay. So till now I discussed simple plant tissues. Okay. So I discussed with you parenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma. The one important thing which you have to remember, between these three simple plant permanent tissues, you should be well versed with the comparative study. Means comparative study similarities as well as the differences. So for example, parenchyma and sclerenchyma, if you compare, the first difference, parenchyma living cells, sclerenchyma dead cells. Parenchyma lot of intracellular spaces, sclerenchyma no intracellular spaces. Similarly, the most striking difference between parenchyma and sclerenchyma, in parenchyma the additional thickening of cell wall is only present at the corners, but in case of sclerenchyma there is a uniform deposition of additional material all over the cell wall. तो आपको जिन तीनों प्लांट टिश्यूज के सारे फीचर्स अच्छे से पता होने चाहिए, उसके बेसिस पर आप कंपैरेटिव स्टडी कर सकते हैं. एंड जनरली इन एग्जाम वी गेट अ क्वेश्चन इन दैट फॉर्मेट ओनली, दैट कंपेयर द टू प्लांट टिश्यूज parenchyma, parenchyma, or column term is parent term. So the best way is make a table in your copy and parallelly you write the important features respective to given headings. Just first example, in the heading is intracellular spaces, parenchyma lot of spaces, collenchyma less spaces, sclerenchyma low spaces. तो ऐसा हेडिंग्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करके कंपैरेटिव टेबल बनाएंगे तो आपको लर्न करना आसान रहेगा, राइट? Now the next plant tissues in the sequence is epidermis. Yes. The next plant tissues in the sequence is epidermis, and it is although in certain books it is written under the category of spatial tissues, right? But do remember it is also a kind of simple permanent plant tissue only, because epidermis is also made up of only one type of cells, right? So here that is the word epi. It stands for outer, and dermis stands for skin. If you split out the term itself, so epi means outside, outer, and dermis means that is skin. Okay, so we say that epidermis, it is the outermost layer in plant cells, most of the plant parts. Okay, that is plant parts. Yes, the outermost layer in parts of the plant is known as the epidermis, right? And just go with reference to the diagram. Just give me 2 minutes for completing the diagram. Just I'm finishing the diagram. Okay. Okay. So that is how you can represent on smaller form the layer of epidermis. How does it look like? First thing, epidermis is the cells are compactly packed, and the cells they don't have any kind of intercellular spaces between them. जब epidermis की cells होती है वो compactly packed होती है दूसरे के साथ और उनके बीच में कोई भी intercellular spaces present नहीं होती, right? Second thing you have to remember that in case of epidermis, the outer side and the lateral sides, which we also call as radial sides, means we just take for a single cell. Say for example, this is a single cell of epidermis. Okay, तो epidermis की जो cells होती है उसकी जो outer side है और जो lateral sides है like this. Okay, so these lateral sides and this outer side, these are more thicker. Yes, these are more thicker as compared to the inner sides. जो बाहर की साइड है और जो साइड लेटरल साइड्स है एपिडर्मल सेल्स की वो बहुत ज्यादा थिक होती है इनर साइड्स के कंपैरिजन, राइट? दैट इज वन ऑफ द identifying features which we use in certain cases for epidermis, right? Another one is on the outer side of the epidermal layer we find a waxy deposition, and that layer is known as cuticle. Layer name is called cuticle, and it is made up of the material called cutin, and sometimes it is also present with wax, right? एपिडर्मिस के ऊपर बाहर आउटर साइड पे एक मटेरियल की नॉन सेलुलर लेयर है, मींस इट इज नॉट हैविंग एनी काइंड ऑफ सेल्स, इट इज सिंपली अ मटेरियल डिपॉजिटेड, सो दैट लेयर वी कॉल इट एज क्यूटिकल. लेयर का नाम क्यूटिकल है और किसकी बनी है वो cutin and wax, right? So that is how epidermis look like. Now epidermis has got some important function. Basically, epidermis, it is protective tissue. It is protective tissue. It is protective by nature. Means it protects the plant parts from mechanical injury, from attack by this bacteria, invasion by parasitic fungi. जो भी सराउंडिंग्स में जो भी फैक्टर्स हैं जो प्लांट को हार्म कर सकते हैं, मैक्सिमम एक्सटेंट तक एपिडर्मल उनसे प्लांट को प्रोटेक्ट करता है, राइट? So I gave you certain point, that is to protect from mechanical injury, right? Then invasion by parasitic fungi, and if there are certain pathogens which are trying to harm the plant and the plant, so to some extent it is the epidermis which is going to protect the plant from all these kind of unwanted things. So basically it is the protective tissue found in plant's body. And do remember, the outermost layer in plant body is formed by epidermis. हमारी बॉडी में भी जो सबसे बाहर हमें नजर आता है क्या है, हमारी स्किन है, राइट? दैट्स व्हाई द टर्म स्पिरिट मीनिंग आई टोल्ड यू, एपी मींस आउटर, डर्मिस मींस स्किन, राइट? Now this epidermis, it has got some diversities, means it has got some various other functions, and to take up those various other functions, it got some changes in them. Okay, so let's see what are those changes. So now let's see some diverse forms of epidermis. Yes, and that is also an important part, क्योंकि इस particular topic से 1 mark की definitions और MCQ questions frame होते हैं, right? Okay. So first one which we have, that is, in case of the plants called xerophytes. What are xerophytes? Give me the answer. What are xerophytes? That being a student of 9th standard you should know. What are xerophytes? I'm looking at the comment box. What are xerophytes? I'm waiting for a response. Let's see who comes first. Okay, so again it is these are the Jen. Very good. Desert plants. Yes, desert plants, they are known as xerophytes, right? Okay, Bhavya. Desert plants, correct answer. Yes. Now xerophytes. So these are called desert plants. So let me write for those who don't know. No problem. Okay. Now in xerophytes or plants called desert plants, the epidermis, it is multi-layered. It is multi-layered, means although I told you that epidermis it is present a single layer, but in case of desert plants the epidermis is multi-layered, means it is made up of many layers, and along with that it has got a thick layer of what we call, that is, cuticle, right? So the two important features of epidermis in xerophytes are that it is multi-layered and it has got a thick layer of called cuticle. And reason, I hope you can guess, the main reason here is to prevent the loss of water through transpiration. Yes, because these plants are found in such an environment where there is a scarcity of water. So to prevent the loss of water through transpiration, here we have this. They are multi-layered. Epidermis is multi-layered and also has got a layer of cuticle. Thick it is, because cuticle layer, it is resistant to water. It is water repellent. Okay. So that is in case of xerophytes. Now another one is, that is in case of leaves. In case of leaves. In case of leaves, the epidermis layer at certain places, yes, It has got holes in its epidermis. तो लीव्स में जो एपिडर्मिस लेयर होती है, कुछ प्लेसेस पे इस एपिडर्मल लेयर में माइन्यूट होल्स होते हैं. I hope you can guess the name from the shape, and these are called stomata. We have studied this in detail in 7th standard. There you learned the function of stomata also. Okay, so here stomata. So basically this is the opening. This is the pore. And these two are called as the guard cells, right? So this is the stomatal aperture, stomatal pore it is, and these two are known as the guard cells. Okay? And children, like any other plant cell, guard cell also contain a nucleus, then cytoplasm, and that is chloroplast, right? And their main function is to regulate the opening and closing of the stomata. The जो main function है guard cells का, वो stomata को open करना और close करना, right? So where these are present? These are present in the epidermal layer of the leaves. Okay. So who will tell me quickly the function of stomata? Two functions I want. Key two functions of stomata. I am just waiting for the answer. स्टोमेटा के दो इंपॉर्टेंट फंक्शन कौन बताएगा मुझे? मैडम ने बताया कि कुछ 7th में पढ़ा है हमने. So you are going to tell me. Okay, again RBJ transpiration. Okay, here comes Akash with both answers. Transpiration and exchange of gases. Very good. Yes. So others are also writing. Varani, Neelam. Okay. Just do remember, stomata means exchange of gases between O2 and CO2, and another one is transpiration. Okay. So, Hardik Jain, another point, Ayush Gaurav, right? Transpiration. Okay. So, these stomata are present in the epidermis layer of the leaves. So, that is another diverse form. Okay. Now, another diversity which we see in case of epidermis. So that is in case of grasses. Yes. In case of grasses. Sometimes it happens no, that accidentally when the leaf of a grass comes in contact of your skin, then your skin gets injured. It gets a cut, and from that cut bleeding starts. सबने एक्सपीरियंस किया होगा कभी ना कभी, कोई ग्रास है, कोई घास है, जब आपकी बॉडी से स्क्रैच होकर निकल जाती है, तो उस कट से ब्लीडिंग होती है. मीन्स the margins of that grasses are very sharp. Why? Because in the epidermis of those grasses is present a material called silica. Yes. So that silica which is present in the epidermal cells of that grasses, that is giving it a kind of very sharpness. And its function is here that it will protect the plants from the grazing effect of animals and some insects also, right? So that comes in grasses. Another one is in the form of root hair. In the form of root hair. Yes. So sometimes in case of young roots, say for example, this is the main root, and from the surface of the root, that is from the epidermis cells of the root, like this. So this is the epidermis. So here comes out the root hair, right? And in the surrounding is present what is called, that is soil. तो कुछ young roots में आपने देखा होगा that is from the epidermis of the main root comes out a hair-like structure, and that is known as root hair. H-A-I, root hair, right? Now the main function of these root hairs is to increase the affected area for the absorption of water and minerals from the soil. Means, if we talk about this particular main root, it can absorb water and minerals from this particular area. इसे इतने पोर्शन से वाटर मिनरल्स को एब्जॉर्ब कर सकते हैं, राइट? But root hairs, they are hair-like structure and they are spreading to far-away places. So, from these particular places, they absorb water and minerals, and these are transferred to the main root. I hope you get my point. तो जो दूसरी रूट प्लेसेस है सॉइल में जिनके डायरेक्ट कांटेक्ट में मेन रूट नहीं है, तो उस पर्टिकुलर सॉइल पार्ट की जो वाटर और मिनरल्स है वो रूट हेयर एब्सॉर्ब करते हैं, मेन रूट को ट्रांसफर करते हैं, मेन रूट लेती है स्टेम. So basically, root hairs, they are increasing the effective area of absorption for the plant, for its roots. Because of that, plants can perform successfully photosynthesis, right? So that is again root hair kind of diversity in the epidermis, because these root hairs, they are arising from the epidermis of the root only. Okay, right? Okay. So from target one question is there, that is man to root hair helping the respiration also. Yes, that we learned in 7th standard also. That is in between the soil particles, air is present, and from that air, they also, that is exchange of gases keeps going on. Okay. So here I told you basically the main function of root hair, that is to increase the effective area of absorption for water and minerals. Okay. Now next one is, what we say, trichomes. Yes, another kind of diversity epidermis which we observe, that is in case of trichomes. Now, what are trichomes? We say that these are the hair which are present on soft and green stems. Yes. आपने भी क्या नोट किया होगा, नहीं किया तो आज जाकर ऑब्जर्व करेंगे प्लांट्स को कि जो स्पेशली हर्बेशियस प्लांट्स होते हैं छोटे छोटे, उनकी अगर आप स्टेम को मैग्नीफाइंग ग्लास से ऑब्जर्व करेंगे तो स्टेम के ऊपर बहुत पतले पतले हेयर जैसे स्ट्रक्चर प्रेजेंट होते हैं, वी कॉल देम एज स्टेम हेयर, एंड दीज आर नोन एज द ट्राइकोम्स, राइट? एंड देयर जनरल फंक्शन इज दैट they keep on repelling the insects which come and keep on feeding upon the plants, right? And to some extent, they also provide a kind of mechanical strength to the stem of the plant. So that are called trichomes, right? In a competition, one more term is asked very frequently, and that is known as epiderma. Yes, that is known as epiderma. कई कॉम्पिटिशन्स में पूछी जाती है. The epiderma, it is the epidermis of young roots. Okay, so whatever young roots are there and their the epidermal layer which is just under the formation, we call it as epiderma. Okay. Okay, Minal, I have noted down that you are present in the class, so don't worry about your attendance. Okay, so that are some important diversities. So one more thing, I told you about stomata, and you told me that there are functions transpiration and exchange of gases. In case of xerophiles, that you should know, in case of xerophiles, these stomata are sunken stomata. Sunken stomata in xerophiles. Yes. In all other ordinary terrestrial plants, the stomata are present on the epidermal layer of leaves, upper side as well as the lower side, right? In case of desert plants, the stomata, they are known to set as sunken stomata, means they are deep seated inside the leaf. Why? To reduce the loss of water from their body by transpiration. So do remember that sunken stomata is just one of the important feature. Is important feature of what we say, that is xerophytic plants. Right, students? So today I discussed with you about sclerenchyma and another one is epidermis, the protective plant tissue, right? And do remember that from this particular plant tissue, epidermis, 1 mark questions are very common because in epidermis itself, many diversities are there. I told you about that is xerophytic plants, it is multi-layered. Okay, then stomata, then root hair, then we discussed about that is trichomes and epiphleum, right? So from these particular topics, 1 more questions can be asked. Just again in the last one more time a reminder to complete your assignments timely and do submit in Google Classroom so that I can check it. Most of you have submitted it well and good. Okay? तो अभी जिनका सबमिट नहीं हुआ है जल्दी से जल्दी सबमिट करेंगे because I have to upload 1 more assignment. Okay? So just let me have a look for your any more doubts. Okay. Because interesting thing is that you people are very quick in giving answers to the questions. Okay, so just keep on continuing with that only. So soon we will meet with further new topics in next forthcoming classes. So till then, just keep reading your NCERT book, keep doing your work in your fair copies, and complete your assignments on time. So till then, take care, stay safe. Thank you. Bye.